Hey there, welcome to No Recipe Required. I'm Dave, and today I'm going to show you how to make a compound butter or a flavored butter. You can do it with almost anything. Herbs are really common, but you can certainly use shallots, garlic, really, like I said, anything. Simple to make and adds a lot of flavor to vegetables, to meat, to fish. Let's go ahead and show you how to do one. Okay, for our compound butter, or in this case, we're using tarragon to make the compound butter. We obviously need tarragon. So to strip it off, you just hold the top of the stem here and work your fingers back away from the grain, and those leaves will slide right off for you. Then take those and just bundle them together, just like we'd be chopping, any other leafy green herb, into as tight a little package as you can, and then use that knife to just mow through them. Keep that tip on the cutting board. And you want them kind of finely diced, or as nicely chopped as you can get. You can bring them together into a new little pile and then go through again. And then what we're going to do is add this to our softened butter. Okay, let's go ahead and make our compound butter. I've got here some butter that I've left out. And it's almost at room temperature. It's definitely easier if the butter's soft and at room temperature. If it's not, you can kind of break it up a little bit, and it'll soften up a little quicker. I'm using about 2 tablespoons of butter to maybe half a tablespoon of chopped tarragon. Now, depending on the herb, depending on the herb and your personal preference, you may want to add a little bit more, a little bit less. Tarragon's fairly strong. If you're using something like parsley, maybe add a little bit more. I'm also going to season the butter with a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt, especially if you're using unsalted butter. And then we just kind of mix this together and get that tarragon nicely incorporated into the butter. You don't want the butter obviously to melt. You just want the herb suspended right in that butter. And then once we're ready to use it, in this case we're going to use it on a steak. You can take just a little dollop, put it right on the hot piece of meat, hot chicken, hot vegetables, and it just kind of melts right into the food. Now, if you wanted to, you can easily do this in advance. Put it in the freezer, or you can even you can put it in the fridge, or you could even put it in the freezer. If you simply take it, you can kind of mold it into a nice round cylinder like this, wrap it in a little bit of plastic wrap, and throw it in the fridge, and then just slice off a piece as you need it. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.